Hi, loves. Second cup of coffee. Dressed, ready to go for the day. So many feelings today, right? So many feelings. I was reading through some of the posts this morning, and what I said at CTK last night stands, which is, one of the greatest things that we can do for the world is actually break up with sugar. Because it makes us our very best. If you agree that it is impacting your ability to be your best self, it's a real gift to the world and to yourself to do it. It really allows for you to access that part of you that the world needs. That's part of what's stolen in this addiction. Anyway, not what I came to talk about, but I also want to say how much I love you guys, and you are just like the most amazing, tremendous group of people I've ever met in my life. My heart grows for you, and you really keep me alive more than you even know. So thank you for that. So, I was reading Trudy's post this morning, and it's like I dedicated Breaking Up with Sugar to you, to the reader. It was the most authentic, intuitive thing I could do, because I was like, of course I'm going to dedicate this to somebody who is brave enough, after all the diet drama and all the diet trauma, to pick up another book and try again. I'm honored, truly. And I'll say that, for the rest of my life. I mean, it's just such a privilege that is happening. Now, in the vows chapter, if you recall, the first vow is not about food. It's about having an open mind. And I'm not saying you guys don't have an open mind. I am saying there are really specific ways that we can keep our mind open. And the thing about, the difference between a diet and a relationship is a shift in what you believe and what you choose to believe. And part of that is really shifting how you experience starting this relationship. You have every right to be scared, but I want us to try to mitigate it a little bit, because that fear is just going to come back and get you. We have to break this cycle in some way. I think Amy left a comment there that was talking about, that's not how we talk about these things. And it isn't how we talk about these things, about starting over and all of that. Like, it doesn't work. And I'm going to tell you why it doesn't work. Very simply. If it worked, it already would have worked. Most of us are here not on our first rodeo of trying to create a healthy relationship with food, right? And so in that way, we need to make this agreement together that we are going to do this completely differently. And part of that is going to be in what you choose to believe and how you choose to experience this relationship. And if we do it via, sorry, my brother's talking to me. You can scream at him. My community loves the real. No worries, my brother is screaming at his dog. Real life, how you doing? Anyway. Oh, Louie, you guys know Louie. Mikey, they all know Louie. Yeah, they're big fans of Louie. Anyway. So part of the way that we have to do that is that we have to experience it not as starting over or starting. I mean, you guys, that's like makes me so anxious, and I haven't had sugar or flour for 11 years. And I read Trudy's things and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Like, simmer. The thing is, like, the data says, like, you may have to start again. You may have a slip and then you may get back on. Like, okay, like, hopefully that doesn't happen. But like, if we're going to experience this relationship in such high anxiety, then the lapses are going to be big and explosive. And most of what any relationship, I don't know what relationships you're in, but God, all of my relationships are mostly about trying to manage explosions, trying to keep my people at bay, and try to keep them happy. And the same will be said for your food, right? So, Trudy, what I want to say is, like, I think I honor your fear, like, namaste fear. And yet, I think we need to think about it differently. Or nothing changes, nothing changes. It's like, if we have the same concept about this is my day one and I'm starting and this is my new life, like, that is true. By the way, the minute you like bought that book and the minute you came into our family and UWS Warriors, like, your life changed, like, no joke about it. Like, you can say what you want, but no joke about that, but the truth is that we have to do it differently. And the way that I want you to think about doing it differently is going to be how your languaging works with this starting on and starting over and failure. To me, you fail when you're dead. That's, and you didn't even die, you just died, right? But you're out of options only when you've died. And, in my opinion, I wrote this book, I created this program at Beacon, like, this is the way, and if it isn't, like, that's great. There's lots of other people that lots of ways. But if you're like reading that book and you're like, all right, this is resonating with me, that's a program that works. I've treated thousands of people who are really, really happy. I happen to be one of them. And so in that way, it's like, we just commit to this and then we see what the road looks like and then we just navigate it. And then we hit a speed bump and maybe the tire falls off. We got to take it to the shop and we got to see you get a new tire. And then we're going to learn that we shouldn't go over bumps so fast. Like, this is life. This is a relationship. So there isn't so much to be scared of. I would much rather you be curious and awake and noticing and willing and brave. Fear takes over everything. Do you guys want to see the cutest thing? I wonder if you can flip the phone. No, you can't. Well, maybe I can show you. Charlie, say hi. Charlie, say hi. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's Charlie. You guys only know Louie. That's a different dog. So anyway, Trudy, I wanted to say that to you. And there's so many people starting this week, and I'm so excited. This is the best game in town, and I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for our community, that there's so many involved people. This is really how you heal. And, when we heal each other, then we can heal the world. And that's, I know, Teresa, isn't he he's really adorable. He kind of looks like a fake dog. Look at him. Look at how cute he is. Say hi. Yeah. Louie's out, like, hunting, but Charlie is underrated. There's one more named Daisy. She's the most underrated because she's just like a very proper princess. So maybe you'll meet her one of these days in my new suburban life. We ain't in Tribeca anymore, guys. Remember those mornings? My Tribeca mornings where you look at the city with me? Now we're like outside in the backyard. New me, who dis? We can always reinvent ourselves. So anyway, long story long, you got to have so what I would actually, Trudy, if I were you, and I'm not, but this is my suggestion as your coach and your bestie, I would actually go to the vows chapter. I would read vow 1 really thoroughly. There's a lot of information in there, and a lot of it is about the languaging that we use. I would also read the sacred vow, because that's how you stay on. You stay on by committing that you don't get off. Like, it sounds really simple, but it's like the whole thing. It's just the whole thing. And if you end up falling off too much, then we got to find out what's going on. Like, it's a lot gentler and a lot calmer, a lot more peaceful than the diet mentality makes you do. And as Amy loves that I say, what's the alternative? This is the best life in town. And when we can create that for ourselves, we can really bring that into the world. And my loves, that is just what this world needs right now. Like, oof, so much sadness. All right, well, that's what I have for you. I love you guys. And if nobody's told you that they love you today, I've told you. And I love you very much. I really do. All 800 of you. Wouldn't it be great if all 800 of you started participating in the group? That would be so fun. Anyway, talk to you guys later.